Well, I think one thing last year is, and I've spoken to Jason Baker, former punter here a lot, was the big thing last year was just being able to hit a few more spiral punts, just those open field punts, because obviously the ball goes further and the ball is in the air longer. And I didn't have any of those punts my freshman year, so to really just rip the Band-Aid off and kind of go out there was a big thing for me, probably something that other people didn't actually really notice. But that was a really big thing for me last year, was just being able to go out there and execute the spiral punt, and that's one thing that I've just continued to work on. And I think like one thing last year was to go back to my freshman year as well. I didn't have any touchbacks, so I may have only had one touchback my freshman year, and last year I think I had 13 or 14, and that's one area of my game that I really want to clean up.
Playmaker, I'm going to want to help the team as many ways as I can to keep the offense efficient and just really just make plays. That's what I'm here for. A lot of motivation. I feel like a lot of people in the Big Ten sleep on us, But this year I feel like we can make a statement, and I feel that we ready to make a run this year.
As I reevaluated myself for this season, I'm never going to be satisfied with any single play. So, you can always get better at everything. So that's just kind of the mindset I've taken in this summer, is just continuing to improve on every facet of my game. So basically, you just kind of go from there. I know it's kind of a generic answer, but that's what I'm working on, just being the best I can what I can be. So you really build bonds. Like I'm in a couple classes, but not everyone's in the class, so it's a great time. Like you get done with workouts and meeting times and stuff like that. Like we have a little bit of free time. You got to get to know like the guys in your position group, the guys on your unit, but also the guys on the other side of the ball. So I feel like right now is an important time to just build relationships because everything, I feel like a culture, a team culture is all built on relationships, and that's something that Coach Ferentz has let us know and stuff like that. So I think that's really important.
I think the tight ends in the offense are especially like the utility guy. We do a little bit of everything. So I think that's what makes promising for teams at the next level, to think that they're getting a guy that can do a lot of everything. So it's cool to get utilized in the pass game, the run game, everything, so not feeling like you're like just a singular player. I only catch the ball or only block, so doing a little bit of everything. I blinked and here I am. I just told somebody else days go slow and years go fast, and you blink and here you are. So kind of crazy looking back, seeing the young guys come into the building. That felt like that was me just yesterday.
Is that what you say to the young guys though? Hey man, take advantage of every day.
Yeah, of course. I try to tell them not to make the same mistakes that I've made, and I try to help them as much as possible with the things that I've learned since I've been here, and tell them not to be nervous. Or you're here for a reason. You're a great football player, so just don't be nervous and do your best.
Okay.
As everyone knows, we have a pretty small receiver room, so that leaves more opportunity for other players to step up and have a role on the offense and in the receiver room. So just the new freshmen coming in, we know that someone out of that group is going to probably have to play some pretty important minutes this year. And just some simple advice I've given them is just the quicker you could learn the playbook and understand that, the quicker you'll be able to make an impact on the team. Just focusing on the little things, really. So one thing I'm really trying to do this summer is be as 100% healthy and be the best possible version of myself. So this past, been here for about a month. So just eating the best food I could possibly eat, and just really holding myself accountable, drinking a lot of water, getting extra stretches in, catching a football every single day, doing drills by myself. All that extra stuff every day will add up. Something we learned about here is the slight edge, and just all the little things build up over time.
I think right now I'm still trying to learn, still trying to get better. So obviously there's, I think, more growth and more that I can work on. So probably not where it needs to be right now.
But when you saw your name on the spring depth chart, that had to be, I know it's only one thing, but that had to be pretty...
Yeah, well, Coach Ferentz talks about he doesn't really like the depth
I know he doesn't, but it's still there.
It's a grain of salt, definitely, that you look at it. But just be able to go out there and try to compete with the first team guys and lead the backfield is something that you try to work on.
And there's a
snap and give us some tips. And that's something that we've emphasized, and I think that also comes with playing experience. And we've got some guys that have played, and we've got some guys that haven't played that will play. And I think just getting used to the speed of the game and seeing those things on the fly is really important.
I think for sure we weren't as good as we could have been last year. And the biggest things to learn from last year is we had a lot of young guys out there, and I think they've seen a lot of things last year that they'll probably see again this year, and that's a good thing. Playing in the Big Ten West Conference again, you get to play 6 opponents you already know. So I'm really excited to get around the guys and get into the season. And of course, it's only June right now, but it'll come sooner rather than later. No real change of attitude. Don't take anything too seriously of any mistakes that happen, and just moving on from it. Like you said, we've got some momentum already, so just riding that into the fall campus coming up here in August. That'll probably be our biggest problem.